mode.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining the webinar today. We will be getting started shortly. We're just waiting to see if we have other people trickle in within the next minute or so, and we'll get started as soon as possible. Thank you so much for joining today. All right, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today. It seems like we got a couple more people logged in here, and we're getting ready to start. So just so everyone knows, after the webinar, we will be sending out the slides of the webinar along with the recording. We are recording it today so that you will all get it in your email, as well as HughesNet will be adding it to their weekly highlights email that they send out to you. You can also ask questions here by going to the questions poll on the right-hand side of your screen. Just type it into the chat box and we'll be here answering questions. Will there be a charge to get the new website upgrade? No, no charge. Your redesign has actually been updated for the same price. When do I get the update? For the redesign, we've already transferred over most retailers. We're about 90% completed. Well, actually 96% completed. So there's not that many retailers left. Today, as your host, you'll have myself here, Daniela, Operations Manager for Amplio, and I have Nick, who is the VP of Marketing.
Hey, everybody.
Quick survey. Please answer this in the chat box to the right. What is your single biggest marketing problem or challenge in your business today? And we'll wait for a couple of you to answer that, and then, or a few, and then we'll go ahead and continue this.
Yeah, guys, so over in the chat box on the right-hand side, first thing that pops into your head, you don't have to give this too much thought, we're just curious, to take a quick survey of the group here and just see what are some of the largest issues with regard to your marketing and website that you feel that you're facing today.
Great, and we have here coming in some one saying consistency and closing on the first contact, driving leads to the website,
all right. That's some good ones to start. If you think of something here in the next few minutes, go ahead and type it in the chat. We'll keep the little box open here on our end, and want to make sure that we address some of these things this morning. Here are some common things that we've heard from you guys in the past. Not enough leads, you're too busy, don't feel like you have enough time to focus on lead generation. Perhaps it's a money issue, not sure where to apply your ad budget so you can get the maximum ROI, squeeze the most juice, out of every dollar that you spend. A few times we've heard folks say that they feel that they've hit a plateau. They've gotten themselves to a certain level in their business, but they don't know how to break through to that next level. So we'll talk about that today as well here on the call. And real quick, what we've learned in broad strokes about you guys. Obviously, you're very busy. Many of you wearing many hats. A lot of solopreneurs out there, one-man show. You're the guy taking the phone calls, or the gal taking the phone calls, the one climbing up on the ladder to install the satellites and so forth. Consume with customer service, calls about maintenance. Few of you, I think, would define yourselves as a career marketer or certainly a marketing guru. Hopefully, we can be of service to you in that regard and provide you some pointers and some steps in the right direction here. Online marketing, unfamiliarity, not sure how to maximize your ad budget, maybe not very active on social media, who's got time, feel like you're leaving money on the table, feel like sales are low, there's not enough co-op, things of that nature. In general, again, we're talking in broad strokes here, these are things that we've heard from you guys over the past couple of years. And frankly, that's why we are here as Amplio, is to help address some of these things and make your life easier, but help your business to grow at the same time. So who is Amplio really? Are we a technology company? Some people may say, oh yeah, you guys are that HughesNet website company, right? You guys do my HughesNet website. Or you do lead gen, or I've heard this thing about order cards, hosting, maintenance, and updates. We go with you guys because you're pre-approved by HughesNet, and there's co-op, yada yada. And if you've been hearing our marketing pitches, you know that the site is and should be customized for your specific business, right? So we're not looking to make a cookie-cutter website for you. We actually want your site to be custom to you and have your personality and your influence baked in every single page. So is Amplio a marketing company? Well, we do have certified marketing coaches that are here during business hours, Monday through Friday, to help you out. Call us at any time and speak to one of our coaches and ask whatever questions you've got, and we'll be happy to tell you what we know and do whatever we can to point you in the right direction. We are very familiar with the target market. We've worked with, gosh, how many HughesNet retailers over the last 2-3 years, Daniela?
About, I would say 100.
About 100 different retailers in just about every market in the United States. So we understand the market, we understand the unique business challenges that you guys are facing. One of the things that we really pride ourselves on is to help you guys build a custom marketing strategy for your specific business. The key word right there, guys, is custom. So whether you are a direct mail kind of a person, or you really love door hangers, or you've got a kiosk at the mall, or however you are driving leads and traffic to your business, whether it's online or offline, we want to work with you and help you magnify that and take whatever you're doing right and help that get to the next level. Again, we're here to hold your hand every step of the way. I don't want to give you anything today that's going to be too much or overwhelming. This is a step-by-step process, and if we can, week after week, month after month, make small incremental improvements, those add up to large changes in revenue and large changes in sales at the end of the year. So let me ask you guys a question. When you think of marketing, what comes to mind? We found this image, and I throw it in here just because I think this is what comes to a lot of people's heads. I see SEO, I see advertising, technology, market, direct marketing, risk, optimization, all this stuff. It's a lot. And I think most of you might say, myself included, oh gosh, that looks complicated. So again, our goal here is to simplify the equation for you. So marketing coaches have a 1, 2, 3 process. And you guys may know this already if you've spoken to Daniela or Yesenia or any of our coaches on the phone. But we've got a ready, set, go approach. So we do a digital assessment with you guys when you first start off. Most of you guys have gone through this already. The goal here is just a discovery process, basically, where we can learn about you, learn about your specific goals, what makes you unique in your specific market. Then we put together a plan, step by step, and we build this out over the course of about a year. where we take you from where you're at today to where you're trying to get to, and figure out the steps involved, working backwards, and basically doing bi-weekly calls to get you there. Again, just to beat a dead horse if we haven't gotten the point across yet, our marketing coaches do understand your business needs. They understand the unique challenges that you're facing. They're here to help. This is part of the program. There's no extra charge for this or anything like that. And the idea is, once again, let's create a custom strategy for you. Let's break it down into small bite-sized pieces, and let's follow up with you every 2 weeks to help you optimize, to help you stay on track. And along the way, let's continue your marketing education. So if we can teach you a little bit about search engine optimization, or if we can teach you a little bit about social media marketing, things like that, it's a win-win for everyone. So who is Amplio really? Well, we like to think that we are your secret weapon working in the background that give you the tools and the education that you need to help get your business to the next level. We help you answer the what's next question. So if you're making 10 sales a month, well, what's next? We got to get you to 20 sales, 50 sales. If you're at 50 sales a month, what's next? How do we get you to 100? That's a different set of skills and a different set of things we need to do. If you're at 100, how do we get you to 1,000? And so forth. Amplio is here to help you answer that what's next question. And now, at this point in the presentation, I'd like to state the obvious. It's almost 2017, and if you're in business, you must have a website, obviously. If you ask us, though, it should be something that you own, right? So not just Facebook, not just Instagram and Yelp. You guys are all here because you already have a website, but just as a quick reminder, this is the hub of all your online activity. This is how customers find you. It's how they find out about you, and consumers today, the first thing they do when they need to figure something out is they go to Google. They jump on their phone and start typing in satellite internet in Boise, Idaho, or satellite internet in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, or wherever they're at. And the idea is that you need to be front and center. Your site needs to be fast and easy to use. Obviously, it has to be up to date. It's got to be secure. It's got to be mobile responsive for people, because most of the traffic we're seeing is actually from mobile devices and tablets now, even more than desktop computers. And obviously, you need to have stats and information on the back end about those visitors. Being that you are a HughesNet retailer, obviously brand consistency is very important. The site must be approved. It must be compliant with all the laws and governmental agencies and so forth. So that's all, a given. My point here of going through all of that is that simply having a website really means nothing, because there's a billion websites out there. And it's important to say right here up front that a website, many of you guys have had a website with us for a while now, and we're talking about how do I get more leads, how do I squeeze more juice out of it. I'm paying money each month for this website.
Why isn't it working for me?
Why isn't it working for you? Well, it's not a magic switch that we can flip just to get more leads. This is a tool, and just like a screwdriver or a wrench is a tool, you have to know how to use the tool. So that's what we're here to help you with. This is, again, not something we can sit back and wait for customers to come. There's an active component to this thing, and let's go into that just a little bit more here. One of the most effective things we've seen with websites is when you can combine your offline efforts together with your online efforts. For example, let's say you guys are doing a direct mail piece through TWG. Rather than just slapping your website on there, let's create a customized landing page that matches the branding. So let's say you've got an event coming up. Let's go out to January, February. Let's say we're doing a Valentine's Day special, queuing that up for February. Well, rather than just sending leads to your website's homepage or just slapping a phone number on there, let's put together a custom landing page with Valentine's Day hearts and pink graphics and so forth that match the branding and the design and the colors of your postcard that you're getting ready to send out through TWG. What we're seeing with that is that consumers see a connection between the offline to online, and the conversion rate, which means just the number of leads we can get through the site, has gone way up when we see that matching consistency with a very specific offer. Now, in the world of marketing, we sort of divide things into two buckets, and I want to emphasize this today. Think of your marketing into two fields. There's performance marketing, which is advertising. It's everything you do to purchase clicks. And there's inbound marketing, which is everything you do to earn clicks that don't cost any money. So, for example, inbound would be posting blogs to your sites, social media, search engine optimization, things like that. I also want you to think in terms of short-term and long-term goals. So long-term, the best traffic is the organic traffic that naturally comes to your site because of just how good you are at what you do. You're the #1 retailer in your local market. Everyone knows you. Everyone recommends you. You've got a ton of positive testimonials, and regardless of if the consumer goes to Google or Yelp or Bing or any search engine, you're the guy right there at the top. That's the long-term goal. In the short term, though, we need to do some things to get revenue in the door, and that's where advertising comes in. That's where direct mail promotions come in, social media promotions, Facebook advertising, things like that. So again, if we can segment these things into different buckets, we can focus on each one and help you improve each of these things independently. Okay, if there's any question, guys, I know I'm going a little bit fast here, go ahead and type them in the chat box. Daniela's got that open, and we'll be sure to address your questions as we go along here. But let's get into what we have for you today, which is the new design for the websites. Now, this is actually already live. I think she said for 96% of you. So if you were to go to your website right now, it's going to look something like this. The big image at the top will most likely be different than this because we tried to customize it for each of your local markets. For example, if you live in Colorado, there's mountains. If you live in South Dakota, there's not. All right, we got a new look and feel, a new mobile responsive design. So you may be asking yourselves, well, isn't there a rebrand coming on? Isn't there a launch about to happen this weekend? Yes, there is. And so with the HughesNet rebrand coming out, with the changes, we will be right there to update the colors and the logos and the fonts and the graphics and all that kind of stuff. The big important part of this release for you guys to know is just that the template we're using on the background, the files that support the sites, have been re-engineered and re-architected into our new platform. Again, it may not mean much to you right now, but we've put in a lot of effort to make sure this thing is scalable, that it's built for future growth, and we are working to bring in everything under one roof for you. So your leads and your analytics and all the reports will now be in your dashboard with just one login. The thing that's not changing is your website domain, any of the links and the URLs that we've had in the past. We don't want to lose those search engine rankings that we've worked so hard for. Okay, so any questions on that so far? I've got a quick demo that I will go through here. Let me just adjust my screen and let's go to it. Okay. So here we go. You can already tell this is a retailer, I think, from Texas, given the rolling hills and the cattle farm here. But the idea is that we've got a nice simple navigation here at the top. The first thing you see is that enter your address box so that consumers can immediately find out if HughesNet is available in their area and which packages and plans and promotions are right there available in their area. I'll check this out in just a second with you, but just to scroll down very briefly, below that billboard section at the top, we've got 3 big buttons, and the reason for these buttons here is that these were the top 3 things that we heard that consumers want to know about, or things that retailers want consumers to know about right away. So obviously plans and pricing, learn about satellite internet, right? What makes it different than regular broadband connections, and reviews and testimonials from your neighbors. There's a huge social component to this thing in that consumer realizes, yes, I need to get satellite internet. The next question is, well, who am I going to buy it from? Maybe you're lucky and you're the only game in town. Maybe you're the only one in your local market that can offer it. But if not, then there's competition there, and we want to do everything that we can on our end to help you highlight and magnify the good things that you're doing. So as part of your sales process, as part of your installation process, one thing that we really recommend, and we're happy to work with you more on, is actively asking for reviews and testimonials when you do a good job. And I'm talking about asking right there on the spot. You know, once you get the install completed, customers sign the paperwork. You know, it's a simple ask of, how'd we do today? You can give them a one-page quick little survey and say, hey, it would really help me out if you could just write a couple of lines here to review if you're happy with my service. If you've got your phone on you, you can pull out your phone and say, hey, could we just record a quick little video? And let's throw that up on your YouTube page, and then let's add that to your site. The more reviews and testimonials we can get for you guys, the better. Obviously, we can't get them for you, but we can certainly add them to the sites if you can work to get those as a part of your normal process.
Another thing we have available to you is an advertising at the bottom of an advertising panel at the bottom of the page, where you can actually add a customer survey to the bottom here, where Nick is showing, to get your customers that you install or that you talk to go to your website and actually fill out a couple lines about you, and then we can go ahead and put it on your website.
So again, the goal here is to really magnify that social component of the site so that we're getting real reviews and real testimonials from real people in your local market. Okay, real quick, since we talk about it here, let's show you the packages and promotions search. We've worked on this quite a bit. I'm just going to type in our address here at the office. Now we're in California, so here is the Amplio address. I'm going to check availability. And what happens behind the scenes is this is going to go out to the HughesNet servers. Whoops, made a mistake in my address here. Let's try this. There we go. This was working before. Fingers crossed. There we go. Got it that time. Daniela, let's take a note to have our tech guys just verify that, if we would. Anyway, pulls up the plans and promotions right there that are available in this particular local market for the address that I typed in. And right now we've just got a Contact Us button, so the consumer can take a quick look at the differences in the plans and the packages, and then reach out to you guys immediately for a further consultation. The other sections of the site, guys, are essentially the same as they were. The biggest new thing to let you know about is the ability to add blogs and articles to the sites. So we've always had the ability to add your custom events if you're doing events in your local market. If you are taking photos at the event or little videos at the event, we can post those to the site. We also have news sections for blogs and articles. And you may say to yourself, gosh, I don't have time to write a blog or an article. I don't even know what I would write about. And that's okay. It doesn't have to be anything long or drawn out. In fact, in many cases, just a short couple of paragraphs is better. Just anything that's going on in your world off the top of your head that's worthy of speaking about, that is relevant to your business, relevant to HughesNet. We can actually take those, we can post them on the site for you, and each of those becomes its own separate little URL, little link that Google's going to go and search and what they call spider the site, and hopefully get those ranked, which will help improve the domain authority for the rest of your site. It just helps to improve your SEO all the way around. All right, guys, back to the slides here. A couple of notes on the new platform. Let's see if I can get back into presentation mode here. Okay, a couple of notes on the new platform here. Just to summarize, this update is really more of a back-end update, although there is a new design. The biggest chunk of the work has happened on the back end with this new content management system. Again, we will be rolling out the updated dashboard in the next month or so to you guys, but there's an open architecture, which may not mean anything to you, but for us as the website provider, it really gives us an open door for future enhancements. There's no limits to the things that we can add to the sites. So expect new features rolling out over the next year. We've got a lot of ideas that we'll be bringing out when the time is right. I spoke about the ability to begin blogging to your sites, posting articles. Obviously, events are super important. If you are hosting any kind of live event, let's post that on the site and help you promote that. New integrations with social media, linking out to your Facebook profile, your LinkedIn profile, your YouTube channel, your Twitter. If you're doing any of those things, let's make sure that we have that hooked up to the site. Updated technical SEO things on the back end for the meta tags, the way that we send the site to Google. So just to let you know real quick how that works. Anytime we post a new article to your site or add a new photo or add a new event, any kind of change to the site, we actually have a remote script that goes out and notifies Google and notifies Bing and says, hey guys, there's something new here, come check it out. So that happens on an automated basis, and it just helps to keep the search engines happy. And when you keep the search engines happy, they promote you higher in their rankings. A lot more stuff under the hood. Like I mentioned, coming soon is the updated dashboard. Soon the ability to edit your own content, right? So we'll give you in your regular dashboard new buttons, so you'll be able to add your own blog posts to go in and review comments, make changes to the site on your own without having to get us involved. There are rumors of an order cart, which hopefully we'll have some more information for you guys in the future on that. Other things we've got in the works are some reputation management tools to help manage your online reputation better, not only on your website, but across all the various platforms out there, including your social media and review sites like Yelp and CitySearch and things like that, as well as some updates to our coaching program for 2017. So we've got a lot in the works. We're super excited about what's to come. Hope you are too. And right now, next steps, we've got our phased rollout has already started. At the time we made this slide, it was 90%, but Daniela tells me we're at 96% now, so almost there. And we're looking to improve the platform every single day. So we want to hear from you guys. We want to make sure that we can accommodate the questions and concerns that you guys have and do whatever we can to help support you. Okay, Daniela, any questions there in the chat?
I don't have any specific questions, but this is the right time to ask questions if you have any.
I know a big question for a lot of folks is in regards to traffic. How do I send more traffic to my website? And we can give you some general information here on the call, but I think more effectively would be, let's have a one-on-one conversation with one of our coaches. Let's talk about things you're already doing, what's worked for you in your local market, what hasn't worked, and let's put a strategy together for that. So if you're doing online advertising, if you want to try online advertising and try some Facebook ads or try some Google ads, we can work with you guys there on that to get you set up. If you really want to make a social media play, we can talk about some tips and strategies to improve your social media presence. We've actually done a couple of webinars on that. I think it was this time last year we did a whole social media webinar that we can point you to. If you want to do offline things, right, TWG, direct mail, door hangers, things like that, let's chat about it and see what we can do to maximize that by, hooking up various pages on your website to go along with that, the whole offline to online strategy as well.
And it is important to always keep your marketing coach up to date. So if you change your strategy or your marketing and you're doing door hangers now, and before you were only doing direct mail pieces, then talk to us about it. Let us know. If your address ever changes, call us right away to let us know. Everything on your website needs to be updated and consistent across the web. So your NAP information, which is your name, address, and phone number, on everything, whether it's your social media profiles or your local listings, everything should be consistent across the web to give you more chances of ranking on those search engines. So just make sure you're always connected to your marketing coach. keeping them up to date on all the marketing initiatives that you're doing and what you're not doing anymore and what worked and didn't work for you.
All right, guys, and with that, I want to say thank you for being on the call today. This was just a quick one, quick updates. Like we mentioned, lots to come for 2017 that we're super excited about, so stay tuned. And you know where to find us if you have any questions. Otherwise, happy Friday and happy holidays as well. So from us here at Amplio to you guys all over the country.
Thank you so much for joining today.
Thanks a bunch, guys. Cheers.